Highlights from last night, New York Giants, Philadelphia Eagles, and Eli Manning is back. First start since week 2. Got his big brother in the building. There's Peyton Manning right there. He was on pins and needles all game. I love those shots from him in the suite. You know what else is sweet? How about Darius Slayton? This dude was a beast last night. He had himself a day. Eli Manning in the first half was cooking. He finished 15 for 30, 203 with 2 TDs. Manning loving it, and all the Mannings loving it. But the Eagles, they wouldn't give up in this one. After being routed in the first half, they would take it to overtime, and this is 2nd and goal, and who does he hit? Carson Wentz to Zach Ertz. Game-winning touchdown. Peterson loving it. I want to know what he said at halftime, because these guys came out ready to play. The Eagles win this one 23-17. Ertz has 9 catches, 91 yards, 2 TDs, and Wentz had himself a day as well, 325 and 2 TDs. And here is the NFC playoff picture.
There it is, tied at the top with the Cowboys for the NFC East lead. San Francisco with a nice, comfy lead over the Packers.
I love you guys. I love everybody watching, but let's fight. Let's do a segment called Fight My Five. We have a precocious youth in boxing gloves who looks really angered and ill-tempered, and that's the point of this segment. We're going to do our own spin on power rankings. Nate started to begin the season, then Peter took the baton, then Kay, then me, and we all put our own little spin on it. I'm certainly going to have mine. Top 5 teams as I see it in the National Football League right now. Would you guys like to start with number 5?
Yeah.
Would you like to start with number 5?
Yeah.
Here we go. Number 5, as always, and they always will be and always have been, the New England Patriots with, they used to have a little star up there. Maybe we took off that star for some reason. I normally put Patriots at 5, and you think, how could this possibly be the 5th best team? They just lost at home. They look terrible. They have no offense. They are bigger than power rankings. I said last week, if they lose the rest of their games, I'll leave them at 5. If they win the rest of their games, lose them at 5. And if your team gets to 4 Super Bowls in 5 years and earns the equity to stay up here, I will put them there too. Guys, it's dark times right now. It may be end of times. How do we know? The Chiefs defense, of all things, a piñata in the league, are barking at Tom Brady on the field and getting in his face. Can you give me a little taste of it, please? Look at Chris Jones face-to-face with the GOAT, and they had so much to say afterwards. Frank Clark, after this game, said, hopefully we can get them again. I want them again. They don't have a tackle that can block us.
Wow.
And so, this is, you don't only provide the Patriots with that, but there's blood in the water. However, guys, you know me. I stick to my convictions. I believe in Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and Josh McDaniels. I think they'll roll Cincinnati this week. They are still the 5th most dangerous team that I would not want to see in the playoffs. We'll get into it. And number 4, we got a new addition. Ever since I've been doing this segment, it's been the same 5 teams. But I would like to officially welcome to my top 5 the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs that we just saw are in at number 4. We talk a lot about peaking at the right time. They've been through a lot this year. Mahomes out. There was the Matt Moore chapter. All these things. They're playing their best football now, and I still think Mahomes has another level he can bring it to. Speaking of another level, we talked a lot about these stars that are emerging on defense. Frank Clark talked to Sam Mallinger of the KC Star. Had a lot to say after this game. Let me run the tweet for you guys. A little personality here. Frank Clark said the division title don't mean bleep, called himself the crazy man with the gold hair, and then I believe compared himself to a TV character I've never heard of. Long live Frank Clark. Knowing that Mallinger knows his job, he followed up on it. Apparently, he compared himself to Donnie Thornburg of the Rugrats. I'm not a big Rugrats guy. Nate, are you?
Yeah. And it was one of the main characters in the Rugrats.
I believe he wears a loincloth.
And then he had a spin-off of the Rugrats.
There was a Thornburg spin-off. All right, well, that's what I'm saying. He now plays defense for the Chiefs. There's a lot going on with the Chiefs, and a lot of talking from the defensive side. This is not the Kelsey and Tyreek Hill. Number 3, though, guys. Team I've really believed in for a long time, coming off a loss. I saw the New Orleans Saints as my number 3 team in the NFL. It's strange because they lose dramatically, lose at home, and yet Breeze was so good. There's a big part of me that comes away almost feeling a little bit better because if you bought into the arm strength, deterioration, all that, it wasn't there. Not only did he throw for 5 touchdowns, he did the patented Breeze jump reach touchdown on the goal line. He hit him with that. And you know, Sean Payton had a decision early in the game where he decided to go for 2. Sean's been out in the community, and he went on WWL and told the story of some of the people and the feedback they're getting. This is his quote. I got the guy at freaking Whole Foods asking me about the 2-point play. The guy from the meat section. I looked at him and said, hey, Your steaks don't look too good right now. Worry about your meat driving me crazy. And I like that. Nate, I don't know if you guys can work on a worry about your meat t-shirt or anything like that, but it does seem like kind of a thing that might sell in them streets, right? Kind of thing you wear at the school and have to turn it inside out. You know?
Gotta have my meat.
That Sean Payton's getting mad at the guy at Whole Foods of all the reasons to do that. I'm sure there are plenty. I like pissed off Sean Payton.
How about Sean Payton after the biggest losses at Whole Foods Sunday night?
Sure, getting steak too. Must be nice, Sean. And number 2, guys, the number 2 team right now, it's the San Francisco 49ers. They're right up there in the 2 slot, where they belong, having beaten this team dramatically, having beaten so many doubts back and everything. And, like, I just can't get through a segment right now on television with injecting just a little bit of George Kittle or a lot. Check him out. Not the stiff arm. We'll get to that in Angry Runs. Check out the pregame speech from the People's tight end.
I'm going to tell you what we have today. We have an opportunity to be great. We have an opportunity to go into this house and take something that they don't want to give us. Hey, all you got to do is be you. Special teams, offense, defense, just be you. And we are great. All right, baby, let's go. Let's go. No, it's not 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah! I love it! And the Niners love it, and they're rolling, guys. I have them at number 2. Obviously, a huge day for them, despite the defense not playing well. But the number 1, it's chalk. I got chalk for you here. Throw up that blackbird, throw up the raven. I guess it's a purple bird after all, with evil red eyes. You go to Buffalo, a very good Buffalo defense. You beat them, you do whatever you want. And speaking of doing whatever you want, John Harbaugh has kind of reached this point where he's a made guy. He can do whatever he wants. He can wear whatever he wants. Did you see the John Harbaugh hat that he was wearing? Look at this man. This reminds me of Uncle Buck. A lot of people hate this hat. They can't stand the sight of it. But this was on Marlon Humphrey's IG stories. Coach said he missed the IG Live and wanted to go viral. I actually really like the hat. And this is a man who wears many hats, as we know. Comes from a special teams background, drafts Lamar, changing everything.
Well done.
And that is the coach of the best team in the NFL right now. Let me head it over to the best table in NFL television right now. Adam, Schrager, and Burleson. Nobody better.
Schrags, you're up.
I'm going to go first on this one.
Go on, Peter.
2 weeks ago, before they played the Texans, you had the Patriots at 5, and New England and Boston media clobbered you. You became a meme. Look at this fool who's got the Patriots at 5.
Yes.
They've lost 2 in a row, and yet you're telling me the Patriots right now are better than the Seahawks on your top 5? Who have as good a record and just lost a tough one against the Rams?
Seahawks are interesting because I used to have them way up here.
Yeah,
Tough loss to the Rams. They're down here in that Packers, Titans, Vikings territory. I have a very special relationship with the Patriots, and I don't do it because I want to. I do it because they have earned it. I'm never going to put them out here. I don't care what they could lose Cincinnati this week. Guess where they're going to be next week? 5. My top 5. Adams?
¿Dónde está los Seahawks? Like,
I
you
probably
mentioned them
at 6.
Are they at 6?
Okay, I was
You
a
don't think
huge
head-to-head
Seahawks fan.
against Kansas City, the Seahawks would win with Russell Wilson?
I don't know. We'd have to see it in the Super Bowl, but it wasn't just that they lost. They didn't show up for that game. Like, LA blew them out. Never mind the final score. They weren't there. And you and I have talked a lot about this year. The Seahawks are in a lot of really close games.
Very close.
Maybe too many. They might have a tiny bit of fake goodness going
A
on.
little fake
We
good.
got to see.
Great quarterback, fake good.
Great quarterback, but they got hammered
Could use
by
a
the Rams.
blowout. Really could use a blowout from Seattle. Like we could.
Maybe we get it, Peter, because they were on the wrong end last week. But that's it. Everybody get mad. That's the point of it. It's Tuesday. It's the worst day of the week.
Sorry,
Kyle,
Green Bay.
What's your
Sorry,
Twitter
Green
handle
Bay.
for the Packers fans?
At Kyle Brandt. It's clean.
For all the Packers fans. This
Sorry,
one.
Packers.
Bring it, Packers fans. You guys look great against Washington. Tweet me.
I mean, is anybody going to get mad at those 2 first ones being in the Super Bowl? Nope.
No.
You
Run
saw
that one back.
the catches. What did we not see, Nate?
We didn't see the feet, Kay.
The fancy footwork.
A little toe drag swag coming up in a little bit.
Trace, what was the greatest defense of all time?
Oh, the 2000 Ravens have an argument. That guy right there, he could be it. The best, though?